What's going on? It's Strat Soldier here with the weekend shift. Man, it was a great week for the Strat. Every week's a great week for the Strat. This is the weekend shift, the home of the Strat here at Sepia Group. The weekend shift where we slow everything down and teach you what buys and sells look like. All right. During the week, we had the president talking. We had the Fed with us. You had all these things going on. This week, I keep saying, you watch the last intro for the last 4 shows, it's been the same, right? Because they stay off the TV. You know, that's what I want. I want these people that deal with the markets to stay off the TV just for a little bit, all right? Or at least, you know what? I propose this to Rob. If you're going to talk about the market, you got 15 minutes. That gives all this per the Strat. That gives everybody 15 minutes to cut their positions before you ruin everything that we got going on. I tell you what, but the Fed, the president talking, the broader averages are going nuts. I tell you what, just because we got a 2-2 reversal up on the daily doesn't mean we're back in a bull market. All right. We got an awesome guest today. Lala's Corner. Okay. Lala from Lala's Corner, her own little space in the whole world right here. And we're going to be in her world, and she's going to show us the Sarah Strat Sniper 50% rule. Okay. All right. We talked about it before. We talked about it with Sarah on episode 3 of the weekend shift last year. Okay. And that's awesome that we're here. It's May. I feel great. I feel great. It's a great day outside. We are starting early. We got how many people in the chat? We got Roman Empire in here. We got Ryan B, Dustin, Yandy. What's going on? Brian, Rob C. We got the UK out here. Lala, you about to be in the UK in just a few minutes. I tell you what, it's awesome. It is awesome. We are international. We got Lawson out here. I'm going to call you Lawson because I can't read good. I tell people all the time, if I could read good, I would have been a doctor or something. I wouldn't have joined the army. I would have been something else. Willie B, what's going on, Carlos? Howdy, howdy, howdy. All right, 23 people. We got a opening position of 23 people so far. The candle has opened. Let's see where this thing goes. All right. We don't just trade the Strat, we live it. The Stratolorian is in the house. I need some music over here for the Stratolorian when he comes in here. I tell you what, the Strat is the way. He's going to tell you. Great to be here. What's going on, Kevin? What's going on, man? The Strat. What's up, Cyberdyne? That's what he says. What is going on, Kevin? Heck yeah, they're rolling in here. They are rolling in here. And before we get started, before we get too far in here, if you want to join Rob with us here in this live room, type in Strat Soldier 2022. That's going to get you the first 3 months of his live room for only $99 a month per month. Okay, that's a pretty good deal to get started. Okay, that's going to take you through the rest of the earnings season. And then you get the power hours with Rob, so you can ask him all your crazy questions. Because I tell you what, working with Rob is like working with a professor. All right, I'm over here, teaching you guys how to finger paint and how to make a portrait for mom for Mother's Day and stuff like that. I that's what I'm doing. I'm helping you, get started. He's the real deal. You can't do it without Rob. Okay, talk to Rob. Talk to him. You're gonna learn some good stuff. You're gonna and it's gonna be awesome. Carlos says, "What's the code again?" It's a Strat Soldier 2022. Yep, there it is in the chat. Strat Soldier, and then the year 2022. Bam, you're in. All right. Heck yeah. Oh yeah, weekend Dave. That's a pretty cool. No, next week Dave. That's an interesting name. Says Strat Soldier introduced me to the Strat. Forever grateful. Heck yeah, that's it. That's all I want to do. I found something that works, and I'm showing other people. That's all I'm doing, and I'm trading it. Of course, I'm always trading it. I don't ever teach anybody something I'm not doing. All right, so that's why you're not getting all that weird, fair value gap stuff from me, because I'm teaching you the basics. I want you to know the Strat from the basics. All right. Let's do it. Let's go through the broader averages. I was going to ask for another number in the chat, but it's all right for right now. This is how I have all my charts up when I trade: the monthly, the weekly, the daily, and the 60. Okay, this is TradingView. And I am paying for this, all right? So if you don't have access to that, we're going to have a link on my page so you can get a little you get your little discount to start that if you want to. They also have one for Trend Spider. We can do that as well. But all 4 time frames up like this shows me full time frame. It shows me time frame continuity. Okay, time frame continuity is like the weather; it is always there. Okay, what the question is: do I have full time frame continuity, or do I have conflict? That's the question. Full time frame continuity is when the month, the week, the day, and the 60 are the aggression of the participation groups. Who's really in charge, the buyers or the sellers? And then Friday, okay, so it's red on the month, red on the week, shooter in force on the week, still in force on the week. All right. And on Friday, you got a 2-2 reversal up on the day. All right. The 2-2 reversal right here didn't quite hit magnitude, but that was a good day. Let's see here. Here was the magnitude. And this did open. On the 60, it was a gap up on the 60, but I don't really call it a gap unless the gap's on the daily. I think that's Rob's rule as well. So it was I'm going to call it a gap. Yeah, it did gap up and then come back down and go back up. Yep. It did open up as a gap on Friday. And then here's your price action on the 60s. Okay. It did go up for the first 3 hours and then kind of chopped around, 2-2 reversal back down. And then another 2-2 continuation and a 2-2 reversal back up at the end of the day. And then came back in just a hair and then ran out of time. Okay. Ended as we call this a Momo hammer right here. This is a Momo hammer right there. All right. And Friday was interesting. All right. It was interesting, but you had to know where to go. Okay. And we always say when the SPY is green on the 60, we go for anything taken out yesterday's highs. Okay. All right. And when the SPY is green on the day, we're taking out anything taken out the last week's highs because there's already buyers in there. Okay. So right here on the week, you got your hammer. All right. That's an actual signal for us. Next week, do we go 2-2 reversal back up on the week? Because then you got my attention. I didn't trade anything here at all. I didn't. Sorry, guys. I just didn't. I made my money for the week. I made what I wanted. I'm done. But this was a good 2-2 reversal up, even though it was a gap up. We were looking for the reversal back down, back into what we're seeing to confirm what we're seeing on the week and the month. But yesterday was a good relief for a lot of people, all right? Especially those bag holders. But now you got a hammer. You got a hammer on the week. Does that go in force and take out the magnitude here at 429.27? Maybe. All right. That would be awesome for a lot of people. I spent so much time here on the SPY because the diamonds are looking the exact same. All right. Dow Jones. I got my lines a little funky here. Same thing, same price action, same movement. Dow Jones was the diamonds were they weren't as strong as SPY. All right, look at this thing. Ooh, that was nasty. All right, nasty. QQQ, same thing. All right, same thing. You see all these marks and lines I have on my charts. I'm talking about macro stuff. And I don't know if Lala's going into the macro things, so I don't want to take any of her fire. But if she doesn't, I'll show you. But same thing with here. QQQ, just like a heavyweight boxer trying to get off the mat. This thing has been getting beat up for months, almost a TKO. He stands up just long enough to not get counted out. All right. He's like, the referee's like 6, 7, 8. And he's like, I'm still alive. All right. Go back out there and fight. And same thing here at QQQ. Let's draw the Brodnik formation on QQQ on the week real fast. Yeah, I'll go with that. And just real quick, higher highs, lower lows. Go watch the show with Didi. Go watch the show with Raymond on these ranges. But this is your range. Do we get a 2-2 reversal back up? And do they stop the tech wreck? All right. 2-2 reversal back up. If that hammer goes in force above 308.83. The magnitude on that sucker is 329.62. That's a week. All right. Is it going to happen? We don't make up numbers here. Okay. We go for actual targets. All right. 320. Let me move it just a little bit higher. Yeah, no. Get it right. 329 and some pennies. No, 330. Let's go ahead and call it 330. 3:30:25. All right. 3:08, 3:30. I'll see you next Saturday. We'll see what happened. All right. We will see what happened. And when it does happen, that's why I say, did we know about that? We did. We don't make this stuff up. I love getting on Twitter and like, hey, you didn't know about that. There's no way you knew about that. Hey, if this thing goes in force,
we're going to take this baby out
way up there. And if it doesn't reverse on the dailies, if it doesn't reverse on the 60s, I know where this is going. But you got to be able to trade it. You got to be able to trade it. I will say that. It is easy to go back and look at these charts and go, man, I should have been in here. All right, I should have been in there. Don't beat yourself up. Don't beat yourself up, because we're always improving. You can always improve. But you can't improve and you can't stay in the fight if you're holding on to losers. So we cut them losers. Cut them losers quick, and hold on to them winners. I did not go through the 3 scenarios. When Lala comes on, and just for you, I'm looking at my time here, just 2 minutes. In 2 minutes, when she comes on, if you want me to do the scenarios, let me know. We got 33 people in the chat so far. Heck yeah. Awesome. We like them long green bars. Give me 50. And then I say 50 because I really want 100, but I got to have 50 before I get 100. Come on now. Nur is in the house. What's going on? Hey, we gave Nur her own strat name out there. Her name is the strat scenarios. You got to look at it. It's all spelling and stuff like in there. But 48. That's what I'm talking about. 2-2 continuation up. I love it. Let's go ahead. That's enough of me. That's enough of me. You know what I'm about to say. This is, hey, what's up, Gabriel? Yandy says there's 48 in here. Awesome. All right. So that's enough of me. Let's get Lala on here. Let's learn some stuff. Hey, Lala, if you can hear me, go ahead and unmute and let's get this thing rolling.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm great. How y'all doing today on this Saturday morning?
Oh man, I tell you what, I used to, there's a difference, because when I was a kid, Saturday morning meant cartoons, and now now Saturday morning means stocks. So at least I might have some fun with it. Gotta have some fun. Gotta have some fun. Heck yeah, that's awesome. Thanks for being here. Let me see those earrings. What are those? What's that on there? Is that you?
That's no, so cool. It's not me. I'm trying to turn it towards the camera. I have a thing for handmade earrings. So yeah, I wear a different color or different type of design. I love
it. That's pretty cool. I need some. I mean, I ain't gonna say I need some strat earrings on the show. I almost did.
That's a good idea. I definitely need to get me some strat earrings.
There you go. That's so pretty. That's so cool. Lala, oh, they're loving you already. Hey, someone says from cartoons to candlesticks. I love it. Oh, yes. Whiskey Ginger in the house, from cartoons to candlesticks. This is it. I love it. We're gonna have a good time. Before we get into the slides and all that stuff, how'd you get started in the trading, and how'd you find the strat?
Well, I got started about 2 years ago. I actually started trading stocks only, and someone told me to invest into Pfizer, and I didn't just want to throw my money into that. So I started researching. I'm a researcher, and I started looking into it, and I fell in love with the stock market. And once I found options, I know you don't like options, but I do. I found options and I just fell in love even more. I started studying SPY. SPY became like my favorite stock to trade. And then I started joining some discords. Like I was kind of all over the place. And once I found the strat, it was like everything that I had learned, that was like the final piece of the puzzle. It put everything together, and it gave me all of the confidence that I needed to actually really trade. So I actually found it in one of my discords, and I didn't pay attention to it until Ray and his watch list and chill. I started watching it, and at first I was like, what are these numbers? And I'll just play it looks like what I'll just play it. But I really started understanding, and I was like, okay, it's simple. It's so simple. It really simplifies everything, and it just takes away a lot of the emotions, the psychology. I mean, psychology is still a factor, but it really helped me simplify everything. So I found it about in October. And then in December, I found Sarah and her 50% rule. And I saw SPY do it, and I was like, It was like
Mhm.
a $50 move that I missed, and I'm like, "Oh my god, like,
Yeah,
this really works."
yeah.
So, I like to swing. I'm not really a scalper. I do day trades, but I really like to swing, and I realized that with the 50% rule, you could really capitalize on really large moves with swings. You just have to have
Mhm,
the patience and know where it's going to go.
mhm.
And with the strat, you know where it's going to go. And then you also have, of course, your stops so that,
Yes.
if it doesn't work, you get back in. If it doesn't work, you flip the other side, like whichever
Yep,
way. And we're okay with that, right?
yep.
We're okay with it because it's a strat. So,
That's
yeah,
right. I
that's
love
kind
it.
of
I
my
love it, Lala.
opinion.
You said it all, and we are okay with it because, we're not. I'm okay with losing $10 or whatever on, like, because you said options. So, I mean, it's realistic numbers, 10, $10, $20. Okay, fine. What I'm not okay with is the $60, $70 loss. Like,
Right.
but all these other traders, all these other systems say, put your stop at 50% of the 50% of your, the capital. We're not getting out unless it goes down 50%. That's
Mhm.
crazy. So,
That's
so
super
Lala,
crazy.
here's Lala, think about this like this. I tell people all the time, okay, you get in your car and it's time to go to work. You're driving to work, and then you look around, you're like, oh crap, I'm going down the wrong highway. I didn't take the right exit. But then you say to yourself, you know what? I'm pretty confident I'm gonna get to work, and I'm not gonna turn this car around until until my gas tank is down half. Then once my gas tank is down half, then I'm gonna turn around because evidently I got a problem. I think I'm gonna figure it out before then. Whoa, that's
Right.
crazy.
That
You don't do
makes
that
no
when you're
sense.
driving. Why would you do that when
Right.
you're trading?
Exactly. Cut the loss. Just cut it because you can make it back, You can make
Yeah.
it back. So
Yeah,
just
and
cut
we're
the
and
loss.
we're not, and when we say that, we're not talking about revenge trading. We're not like go out there and just make it all. I got to make $200 back. No, we're saying cut the loser, and then go create a winning position. Go create a
That's
winning
right.
position. And
Mhm.
and if it so happens you make some of it back, awesome. You make all of it back, that's even better. That's not
Mhm.
the focus is not to make it back. The focus is cut the loser, create a winning position.
New
That's it.
position. Yeah.
I love it. I
Exactly.
love it. I love it. I love it.
Yes.
Bill says 60 to 70 dollar loss is fine. It's someone else's gains. That is true. Someone else's gains. Me being me trading common. I love trading common. I trade common because I can't look at the charts all the time. I can't. So
Mhm.
anytime going through my own personal review, I got told not to use this marker, and I'm going to use it anyway. Um, uh, uh, um, but no, I started going through my own trade reviews. This is way before the weekend shift and all that stuff. I started going through my own personal like wins and losses and things like that, and my own, not necessarily a trade journal, but review my own stuff. And I was like, my biggest losers are options. You know what I mean? These options trades that I can't watch because
Mhm.
you put it on,
Yeah.
I got it. I'm doing stuff, and I come back later on. This is a huge loser, and I didn't have a chance to. I can't put hard stops in there. You know what I mean? So I don't have a chance to cut it. So that's why I go with common because I can handle it. I could put here's a hammer and force. Here's my shares. Here's my stop. I can
Yeah.
walk away from this. If I get a notification on my watch, oh, I got stopped out of that. Okay, fine. Or I
Mhm.
didn't. I ain't seen nothing going on in this in the last couple hours. Let me look at this. Oh, it's nice. You know what I mean? Let me move my stop up. Then I move my stop up. I get stuck in a meeting. I get stuck in a meeting, and then if I get a notification, I get stopped out with profit. It works. You know what I mean? So
Right.
that's
You're
why
okay with it.
I say I will use options, but sparingly. But Heck yeah, I guess I went on a tangent there because some people were talking about I need to start
I
doing
love that
options.
the strat works for comments and options though.
Yeah,
So, work
yeah,
either way.
it works either way. Yeah, yeah, yep. And I love watching your posts out there. We have a good time on Twitter. I love the pink,
Their gifts.
and yeah, we have fun with that. And but I love watching your charts because, like you said, the strat you don't have to guess. It takes all the emotions out. Is this a winning position? Yes. Is this a losing position? Yes. Okay, cut it. Is this a winner?
Cut it.
Okay, keep it. You know what I mean? And I tell people the same thing. If I invite 5 people over to the house and 2 of them got an attitude, you gotta go. I'm not gonna sit here and wait for
Yeah,
you guys to get your attitude right. No, you two gotta
exactly.
go.
Bye.
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 Pfizer, you can stay. You doing all right. Oxy, we're pretty cool. I invited you over because you was doing cool, Oxy. I thought you was gonna have fun. but you had an attitude today, and you gotta go.
And you didn't
Bye.
bring anything, so bye.
Bye. You didn't bring anything. See you later. I love it. You go ahead, Lala. What do you got? We got some charts. Do you want me to go through charts? Do you got slides? What do you want me to do?
I have some slides. Let
Okay,
me
cool. Go ahead and share them
share
mugs.
my screen. Give me 1 second. I'm a little challenged with this. I'm trying to work it. There we go. I think I got it now. See that?
Woo, I like that. Well, that coffee looks nice. Where's that? That's some.
Present it.
Heck yeah, that's some
Canvas.
gourmet coffee right there. I was expecting some Folgers crystals. That's some gourmet coffee right there.
Wait, stop. It's going too fast. Nope. Okay, hold on. I'm working with it. Okay. All right. So we're going to talk about Sarah's 50% rule.
Awesome.
Sarah STRAT Sliper is why it's the SSS. And yes, I have my coffee there because I love coffee. I love coffee.
I got mine.
Coffee.
Woo!
I have my coffee too. So, all right. So yes, shout out to Sarah for this rule. She basically figured out a way to capitalize on outside bars, and I think that's awesome. So what we're going to talk about today is the rule and where it happens, how to trade it, finding potentials, and little tips that I found. I'm not an expert on it, but I think I have a complete solid understanding of it. Sarah even says so herself. Thank you,
That's
Sarah.
awesome.
That
Very
made my
cool.
day when she told me that.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right. So here's Sarah's rule. All right. So there are 2 things to this rule. Number 1, the price must take out the high or the low of the previous bar. Either one. It's either the high or the low. The second rule, and these have to go in tandem. You can't have one without the other. The price must then retrace 50% of that previous bar. Now, when it does that, it is highly likely that the price will continue in that direction to the target of the previous candle to create what we know as a 3 bar, an outside bar.
So we're looking for this thing to go. We're looking for this thing to go up
to continue,
and then we're looking for the candle to go up and retrace back down and then continue down to create a scenario 3. Okay.
Or to go down, retrace back up, and then continue up.
Okay.
Well, this is a little bit different than, like, say, if you were looking for a buying point and something was retracing on the Fibonacci 50%, and you wanted to buy there for it to continue going up. No, this is not that type of rule, because this rule is if you buy there, it's going to continue going down. If you think it's going to go up, you're going to get smacked.
Oh, so that's a different that's a distinction right there. So we're not looking for these lines to bounce off of. We're looking for this thing to continue.
Right.
Okay.
This is what we know, and this is how outside bars are usually created, and it's not a 100% type of thing, and I'll show you that in a little bit, but it has a high probability, and even if it doesn't completely finish, you can capitalize on the majority of that move. As long as you monitor your position, move your stops up, things like that, you can capitalize on a really decent size move.
Yeah.
So for instance, this is HUN, HON on the left. And so this is a 50%. This is how it has triggered on the monthly time frame. As you can see from the previous bar, it took out that high right here. It then retraced. And then right here at 193.62, it triggered the 50% rule. It's 50% of this candle right here. Yep, this previous candle. So we can assume that now that it's triggered this 50%, it will continue selling down to this target, which is the low of the previous bar.
Okay. Yeah.
It happens a lot. Like, and even if it does, it may come like $1 short, whatever. Still, that's a pretty decent move from 193 to 185 or even 184. If you're trading options or comments, that's a good move on.
That's a really good move. 50% down. You're like, hey, look, hon, they don't like you.
But I put this up here before, I know you don't like the indicators and stuff, but you can
I love it. No. This is the weekend shift. We slow everything down, and Rob says all the time. He said it on episode 3. If it works for you, use it. Okay, if it works, use it. That's what we're going to show. If it works for you, use it, because what we're trying to do is bring people to the strat, and then so they don't get killed. If you trade, if you're looking at these SMAs and things like that, fine. There's a lot of reasons why people are doing it. We got a couple shows on that. People using SMAs and the strat as well. So don't worry about that kind of stuff. We're all here to learn. It's the same battle. We're all using different weapons, just different weapons, same war. I'm gonna stay with the military analogies. You know me. I love it. I love it. Go ahead, because you can
I
see
use this also. This helps to gauge sometimes, if
Yeah.
something will retrace, because it rejected here at these EMAs.
Yeah.
And as you can see, it's making a shooter. I mean, a shooter, what does that tell us? That they're pushing the price down, right?
Yeah.
So,
Sellers trying to take control. Yep.
they're trying to take control. And in this type of market right now, of course, we can really assume that it's going to continue there. Now, this is on a monthly time frame, so that's something you want to keep in mind. And I'll talk about that a little more as well, but we're going to continue. So I wanted to give you an opposite example of something that's kind of going up. This is BKR, and this is on a weekly example. So as you can see from the previous bar, it took out last week's low, came down here, and then it retraced 50%, and it triggered right here. So we would assume that it would continue to this target of 33.12, right? Which is halfway through this bar, and then it will continue there. Pretty easy.
Very good. I like it. And I see that 2-2 continuation there too. No, it's okay. You don't have to go back.
Mhm.
Oh, question in the chat, and Kathy's already doing it. So the only rule I have for the chat is put a question mark before your question. That way I can see it, and then everybody else in there, you guys can have fun and talk to each other and things out in there. But I see that question mark. I can see the question. But Kathy says, what time frame do you mostly trade on? And I'm sure you're going to get to that. But what time frame do you like the most?
The most, probably the weekly.
Weeklies?
I do like
Yeah.
the swings, so I like to look at the weekly a lot. It's lagging for me a little bit. I didn't hear you. What'd you say?
It's okay. I was just wondering
Did
what
I lose
you answered it. You answered it. Keep going. Keep going with the slide.
I had to come back because I can't hear you.
Okay.
Okay. Go back to it now. Okay, here we go. Cool. And we can see I didn't finish this right here, but we're not gonna say nothing about that. Anyway,
Keep going.
so this is
going.
Dash. And
Just
if
keep
anybody
going.
was following Dash with Sarah, we did Dash last month. This is May. Yes, we did Dash last month. So I wanted to show you this example. It did it actually in March as well, but we played it here. So it kind of played with us all month, but Sarah had posted to trigger that it triggered at 105, and our target here was 74. So we got in around here, and we swung this probably about 2 or 3 weeks. And as you can see, it didn't quite finish, but catching this here from 105 to 81 was just amazing. And then it did kind of finish, but it just took the rest of the month. So, price action did still send it there. It just didn't completely make that 3, as you can see. But, you kind of saw right here, you see this bottom formation, right?
Yep.
Right down there, that it was going to go. So, you had that confidence that, yeah, okay, this is going to finish because broadening information. So still lots of profit in that.
That's awesome.
All right. So where does it happen? Now, it most often happens after a 1. Reason being, a 1, the inside bar is usually a nice tight range. And so you have a likelihood of taking out one side or the other and then moving to the other side. It's most often, but it can happen after any number. any number at all. It can even double three. I gave you a couple of examples over here where you can see is right here is a 1, a 3, a 1, a 3. But then over here you have a series of 2s, 3, 2s. So it doesn't always have to happen after 1, but just want to kind of give you guys an eye on where to see it. And you can kind of see it before it happens. So moving on, some tips that I have is it can be used on any time frame, monthly, quarterly, yearly. We're gonna get to that. 15-minute, 5-minute. I wouldn't really suggest that, but if you're a scalper, you can scalp an hour 50% move. I can't do that because I don't have the nerves. Like my nerves are just too much
Not
for
yet.
it.
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet. But I usually stick to the daily, the weekly, the monthly 50%. I don't do like the 4 hours and things like that because it usually moves too much for me.
Mhm.
I mean, too quickly for me, or if it's too volatile. I like to just be able to hold it and wait and let it play
Play
itself
out.
out. Let me see.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
love it. I love this chart. I love this slide right here because these two people in the top right, or excuse me, the top left, they're just kind of like not looking at charts at all. And then you got these two other women, like this one woman over here on the right, she's like looking out the window, thinking about her losses. And then this one over here, the down in the corner, she's like, "Hey, look at this 50%. Look at this. Look at this."
I can't deal with you. But they're all drinking coffee, right?
Yeah, they are. They're like,
Yes.
"Hey, this woman over here, she needs to call somebody." This one down
Mhm.
here in the bottom left, she ain't looking out the window, nothing.
No, she
She's.
happy.
Do you think
She's like
so?
I got my profit. She's happy. She's like,
Oh,
yes,
okay, all right. Because
you already
the
did
woman in
this.
the top right, she got some problems. Something's up. Keep going.
All
You
right,
need some
so
set some tight stops. Keep going.
okay, dude. All right, so one thing I wanted to say is there's a whole bunch of scripts that you can use, and I'm going to show you some of those. But one thing you want to do is you want to use your fib retracement tool. I know you saw my charts where I had it kind of marked, and those are scripts. But
Mhm.
the fib retracement tool, it gives you a way to kind of double check and make sure that your levels are correct. Just because scripts can script. So you want to make sure that you
Scripts,
double
script.
check.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like if you're using the calculator and double checking your work
Yeah.
by
I love it.
hand,
I love it.
So
I love it.
that was Sarah's little tip that she also gave.
I love
But
that.
also, I wanted to say choose your contract based on the time frame. So if you're doing a weekly 50%, give it some time. Don't buy this week. If you buy this week, you might want to buy like in the money or something like that. But if you're doing a weekly option, I would suggest buying the following week, giving yourself time because you can deal with volatility where, they do those little pops and it doesn't, you might
Yeah.
not get stopped out. With Dash, for instance, we played that in April. I bought a May contract because I gave it plenty of time to play itself out. And what I did was, as it moved, I would just move my stops up to the, like the daily candle and just move it down or whatever, move it as it moved along. But you want to give yourself time to kind of let it play out. If you're using a daily and say you want to play a 0 day, I wouldn't really recommend that because sometimes on 0 days they can do those pops that'll clap your account real quick. So give yourself play maybe the 2 days out, so that you can capitalize on that move. That if that makes sense. So
That makes
try to
perfect
give
sense.
yourself time.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it, Lala. You are so polite, and I love it. But I can hear when the attitude comes in. You're like, "Hey, you can do that if you want, but that's dumb." Go ahead. I love it. I can hear it's just a little. This is a little hint. Just a little bit of spice. Rob
Little.
C. Rob C says, when it doesn't complete the 3, do you exit at expiration? Do you consider how much time you have on the bar? So I would say, yeah. So like the example you showed before with where it didn't complete the scenario 3, it didn't complete the 3. Do you exit there or do yeah, you don't have to back up if you want, but I see. Yeah, this one. Do you, so did you got here at 105, you're in, but then did you go ahead and take your whatever you got there before, even though it didn't hit the three?
So
Did you
for
cut it there or
me,
did you keep it? Does that
I
make sense?
actually cut it here. I cut it
Okay.
here. And I
Okay.
was a little bit upset because I had May and it's still finished, as you can
Hmm.
see. You see, and this is why I'm telling people give yourself time
Hmm.
because, even though it didn't finish that 3, it still was going down,
Hmm.
So like if anything, in fact, I think what happened, I got stopped out because it made a little move here and I got stopped out and I was okay with it because, I had
Profit.
gotten decent profit. It had made a
Yeah.
decent move, but I was still upset because I was like, I had May and it still kept going. It did a
Yeah.
3, 2, 2.
Yeah.
So, so
Yeah.
sometimes, if it also depends on your risk to reward. You're going to move your stop up a little bit more and let it keep going because you have till May. You could have caught all of that, all of
Yeah.
it. Because I actually had, I believe I had an $80 put. So this would have just been all in the money
Yeah. That'd have been
profit.
amazing. That'd have been amazing.
And
But
mine,
I say this all the time. I say this to Gunny B. Like, we'll be talking about trading on this, to ourselves, amongst each other. Let's just say you did keep that 2-2 continuation and then it went all the way below 60 and then started retracing back up and you're like, oh man, it's going to keep going down. Oh man, it's going to keep going down. And then the hammer goes in force and you're like, nope, this ain't winning no more. And now it keeps going. And now, you know what I mean? So that's bad. So I love it. I love you just took it. I love it. I love that you just took it and went with it. But that is a
yep.
good argument for swing trading, you know what I mean? Just to keep going through the time frame. But if you don't and you get stopped out with profit, that's it. I love it, Lala.
And then you
You're
can
on
get
it,
stopped
dead on
out,
it.
and then you can also get back in. I mean, what is this? It's a
Yeah,
3, 2, 2, right?
yeah,
So just get right back in and just go ahead and ride it down and finish. So okay, I want the rest of that money.
yeah.
Get the rest of that money, If you stop
Get
right
the
here,
rest of that
it's
money.
gonna go down there and stop you back out, So yeah,
Keep
it's
going,
just
Lala.
different.
I
That's
love it.
what I love about the strat. You stop out, you get you some profits. Oh, I can get back in. Oh, it's gonna keep on growing. Boom, I got you. So
And
I
this happened
love
to me. Yep. And but this happened to me where I was trading SPXS and I get stopped out of profit. Awesome. Oh, I can keep going. So I get back in. But then it's kind of consolidating. It's getting the range is getting tighter. It's getting a little crappy in there. Push my stops up. Hey, I stopped that one out at I trade common. So I guess I stopped this sucker out at 30 cents. I lost 30 cents on that. And I trade common. I don't care about 30 cents. I'm like, boop, you know what? This ain't working. I cut it. Why? Because like you said, it just works. It takes the guesswork out. I'm back in. Nah, this ain't gonna work. Cut it. Because I don't want to lose the rest of that profit. You know what I mean? That I just made. I
Exactly.
made some money. I'm not gonna give it
Exactly.
back.
Hold
You
those
know,
coins.
yeah. Keep going. Keep going. You're doing great.
All right.
I thought we
So,
made it past. I thought we made it past this sad woman with the coffee. Where we at? There we
I
go.
double take pictures. Oh, that's so funny. Listen,
Oh
I'm new with
man.
this PowerPoint thing. I was focused on information, not pictures. I just
That's
want y'all
right.
to
You're
know
right.
that.
I'm
I had a little bit of laser focus there. So, I do
I
this
already
again.
told you.
I'll be a little bit better.
I already told you I can't read good. You got pictures. I'm looking at pictures. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's
Keep going.
funny. Well,
Keep going.
now you can't really click on this. So if you're watching this right now, maybe you can write this down. Maybe you can type it
Take
out real
your
quick.
yep. The weekend
Um,
shift crew. Take your phone out. Take a picture of that stuff. Take a picture of the things on
yeah.
the chart. Go ahead.
So Ani, and that's her Twitter handle right there. She made a scanner for outside bars, and the scanner is like she shows you. Check her pin tweet because she basically shows you how to set up the scanner, and then she shows you how you can tweak the scanner. You can have the scanner either show you potentials like this is about to trigger, or you can wait until it actually triggers and have it show you that. Like it's so dope. But please check her pin tweet because she shows you how to do it. And then basically I just added some down here. This outside down, it's an outside up. You can use these right here. You can change the time frame because it's defaulted to monthly. So you can change it to daily, weekly, 4 hour, whatever you want to change it to. And then you can also change it to like scanning whatever sectors you want into your own personal watch list, whatever. And then also I had to mention to check Raymond's pin tweet because he was like the first person I found as far as with TOS scanners, and it's like a thread full of every scanner you could possibly want for whatever your style is. If you like rev strats, if you like inside bars, if you like 3 1s, if you like 2 1s, whatever, like there's a scanner for it on that thread. So it's absolutely amazing. But you can use that. And then if you wanted to do trading view, use the 50% SSSR indicator by Wolf and Bear. And it's really easy for you to do. You can just add it on there and then just customize the colors and the time frames of your choosing. And so you can see over here how I did it. I kind of do color coding sort of. For my monthly, it's purple. For my weekly, I usually do yellow, and for my daily, it's white. So, and then I also wanted to mention, definitely again, use your fib retracement tool as a measure of double checking those levels. So like you can see right here, we can kind of sort of see that the 50% tool that it gave me was 193.62. But when I did it with the fib tool, it was like 193.71. I mean, potato is 5 cents, but
I
it
like to
may help.
say, I like to say potato. That always throws everybody off.
It does. It's the same. But it makes sense though. It's the same
It's
basically.
the
I mean,
same. It's the same.
sometimes it could mean a difference. So I
Yes.
really think it's a really good idea to just,
I
use
like
that
I like
safety.
I like to check your work, check it for yourself. Also, I like that you're showing trading view stuff. Also, TrendSpider has all of Sarah Strat Sniper's scripts for scanners for the 50% rule, and all all the things she has for the 50% rule it's all built in TrendSpider. So get with me. I'll get you a link on that. We'll put it on Twitter. I'll put it on my website or on my site here at Sepia Group if you need a deal on getting in on TrendSpider. So go ahead, Lala. Fantastic.
Yes.
Thank you so much. This is good information.
Welcome. All right. So how do you really have the eye to kind of catch them before they happen? So again, I mentioned the TOS scanners that can be tweaked. TrendSpider can also tweak those scanners. I don't really use TrendSpider, so I don't know. But I
Okay.
do use the trading view and the TOS. So, I just know that you can tweak those. But again, inside bars, because we know, like I said before, that because there's such a tight range, it can happen after that. But if you see a 2 down that has turned green or a 2 up that has turned red. So for instance, if we open up a Monday and we take out last week lows and then we start moving up, hey, this is a chance this might start moving that way. So that's something you want to keep an eye on. It's really those when you see them triangle they out, those people are gone. Oh, and then we're starting to move
Yeah,
back.
that will.
That's a really good potential outside bar. It could be
Yep.
on the day, it could be on the week. But that's really, if I see a hammer, I love hammers
Yep.
for a couple of reasons because if the hammer stays in first, boom, we got a 2 up, and we can take that reversal up. But at the same time, market makers like to paint the close. So, if you
What?
have that hammer,
Wait, say
it'll
that
break
again.
up. Market makers like to paint the close.
Okay.
So they'll have you thinking that, we're about to be green the next day. And it's like, okay, yeah. But then the next day you open, you take out that high of the previous day, but then you fail. And what is that? An inside bar if you hit that 50% trigger, because you took out those stops, those people who had shorted it from yesterday, you took them out, and then now you're going to continue going back down.
Yeah.
That broadening formations and triangle layout just really helps with that, because once you take those people out and you have exhaustion risks, you have a greater chance of reversing. And so that's, just having that eye for that. I remember, and I'm going to show you one particular example with Apple where I was looking for it to 2 up on the day, but it was kind of at exhaustion risk. So it 2 up, and I was like, yeah, it 2 up. But then it like almost immediately failed, and it made like a 3 in like the first 15 minutes. And I was like, okay, this is looking like it's going to continue going back down because it already took out yesterday's lows, and it actually did. So I'll show y'all that in a minute.
Trying to
But
be out. They will.
couple other tips. Couple other tips is the TTM squeeze. I'm not
Oh,
still
Ray
100%.
Gensman. Go watch that. I'll retweet
Yes,
that episode
Ray,
after this because Ray Gensman, I got to get him on here again. He's just so smooth. He's just
please
like,
do.
yeah, man. And, you know, here it
He
is, the TTO
is.
squeeze, and and it
I
went
love
down. There
Ray.
it is.
I love Ray. He was really the one that really got me going on that with watch, listen, chill. Like it was just
Yeah.
he's so cool and smooth. He was like, yeah, all right, so we got this and we got this and that, and then yeah. I love it. But that
Yeah.
TTM squeeze is it really helps on smaller time frames that I've noticed. Like if you're doing like a daily for even more conviction, because like you can see right here, with the squeeze, you're looking for it to go red, black, green. And when it does that, it went red, black, green. And as you can see, it kept continuing. The green let you know it was still going. It was still in force. You were still good to keep going.
I like it. Real quick, in the question in the chat, do you look at Vega? Do you look at all the Greeks like Delta, Vega, Theta? Do you look at all that stuff in Gamma? Do you look at all that stuff as? Do you have any requirements for those Greeks before you take the option, or are you only looking at expiration and time? What are you looking at? You know what I mean? Or strike price and expiration is what I'm saying.
I always look at Theta.
Okay.
Unless I'm really day trading it and then I'm looking for a specific move and Theta doesn't mean as much to me. I'm always, Delta is just always, because I calculate Delta as far as how much money I want to make from the move that I'm looking for with the price action. So Theta, if I'm holding it, I definitely need to look at that Theta and see how much it's going to cost me to hold, because it costs. Theta even costs holding it over the weekend, like every day. Is like, give me that money,
yeah. Ask your homeboy Theta why you can't hold it till the end of the expiration. I tell you what, geez.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. So I don't pay attention much to Gamma and Vega. I understand them, but what I watch, number one is Delta and second is Theta. I always want to be aware of Theta because how it moves. But yeah.
So with Delta, when I do take options, I don't take anything with a Delta between below 0.4. I don't take anything with a Delta below 0.4. Do you have a specific number for Theta?
I don't have a specific number. I have a specific rule that the Theta can't outweigh the Delta.
Okay.
Because you'll find that in a lot of the more expensive stocks. Like Amazon, you'll see like a 30 Delta, but the Theta is like $1.50. It's you have to catch the move on that. So those type of ones I can't play because it's too much for me. But I really like to have a better balance with that, because it moves as the stock price moves. So as long as the Delta outweighs the Theta, I'm okay with that. And that also, of course, depends on the amount of time that I have too. Because if it's a weekly, I need more of a gap in there to.
I like that. The Delta has to outweigh the Theta. Got it. I like it. Y'all gonna have me trading options here soon, full time. I'm telling you right now. I'm a tank. I like sitting in a position and just working it till it ain't working no more. But I do have a machine gun on my tank, and I'll take some options. I'll take them and then I'll walk. But it's sparingly. I only do it when I can watch the charts. If I can look at the charts all day, I'll do it. If I can't, hey, it's common.
Do you use Thinkorswim?
What's that?
Do you use Thinkorswim?
Nope. I'm a Trading View all day long. What I do is I link with Trade Station with Trading View, and I trade right on the charts.
Okay, because I was going to say Thinkorswim does those OCO orders, and I think that would be perfect for somebody that can't watch it, because you can set all of your conditions, set your trailing stops. Like, if this breaks over this, then I'll go ahead and take the trade, and if it fails, then stop me out, and if it doesn't and it hits this target, then sell me. Like you can let it automate. Like that's actually my homework this weekend, is to work on more automation, but you can automate those option contracts. So,
all right, I'll look at it. I'll look into it. Heck yeah, always learning. That's why we're here. Thank you, Lala. Keep going, keep going. What we got? They got that
Well,
sad girl. That girl is so sad.
the
I'm gonna
same
have to
one,
cover
3
her up. I
times.
can't look at her. She's so sad. I want to call her. Girl, what's wrong with you?
Be happy.
Yeah.
Okay, so a
Cut the
few more
loser.
tips.
Cut them
All right, so
losers.
wait for the trade to trigger, right? So again, the same way, you know how Rob always says you don't have to be the first one into the trade, right? That's something that's always stuck with me because I have gotten into something that's been a 2 up. Oh, it's 2 up, let's go. And then it fails. You know, so look for your strat entry and then also look for it to trigger and then kind of make a little bit of a support right there and then keep going. And then if it triggers and flies, then don't chase. You know, oh well, you missed it, catch the next one. But you know, just kind of be a little bit careful with that because they can falsely trigger as well. So, you know, I just want people to understand that your stop should be based on the time frame that you're trading on. So if you're triggering, if you're doing it on a daily and you enter on a 15-minute, then your stop needs to be under that 15-minute. If you get stopped out, be okay with that.
I like it.
Also,
Be okay with that.
be okay with it. That's the biggest thing. It's the psychology of that because sometimes you know you'll get stopped out and you'll be like, oh, I did it. No, you get stopped out. All right.
I don't want you to, and I'm not going to derail you. I love that because I said that before, and you got to be careful with your reactions and your responses and your habits because if I go, oh, every time I get stopped out, I just keep building that habit more and more and more, and then when I get stopped out with profit, I go, oh, when I just made money, you're telling your brain to get mad because you got stopped out on profit, and now you're confusing your systems. So you're going to have an emotional response. I understand that, but you have to understand. You also have to, hey, I got stopped out. Okay, fine. You know what I mean? At least reduce it to, if you have to have a reaction, I like what you said. Just say, okay, fine, and move on. But try really hard not to, try not to freak out.
And if you got some profit, just think about it like I just pulled money out of thin air.
Yeah.
I don't care if it was $30. It was just $30 that you just made.
Yes, so, because the market is trying to take your $60 that you put into it. Yes. And you took 30 out of it. Hey, that's good. Keep going.
Win. And then you can take that homework and also think about, you know, how to make it better the next time. So, okay. So another tip is, you know, indicator. I like the ATR and I like the average true range because it shows you how much a stock can move. I actually have it on my chart so that if I'm looking at 50% rule and I see that it took out the low, but it's already moved $8 and its ATR is $6, I may be a little hesitant to get into that trade. There's always the anomaly. Apple did it last week with that Fed move, but just understand exhaustion risk and understand, you know, even though it may not make that 3, it may still continue that move, but it might not do it that day or whatever time frame you're looking at. So I just want folks to understand that and kind of not always think that it will finish if it can't. You know, also if the volume isn't there, I should have put that in there, but volume is a really big indicator. If the volume is not there, it's not going to finish. So also wanted to mention that exhaustion risk plus triangle day out is a great potential outside bar. And yes, use time frame continuity with the rule. I did write volume. Pay attention to volume. It really needs this to make the move. So when I say time frame continuity, for instance, Apple is red. If we have a nice little pop and you know we're red on the year, the quarter, the month, you're going to say, all right, at some point they're looking to triangle day out these last people stops and we're going to reverse. You wait for that, you'll likely get a 50% something. It may be a day, it may be a week, but it's something you should just watch. And you can do this on almost any of your favorite stocks that you know move like that.
It's perfect. I love it.
So that's
Thank
it.
you.
That's all
That's it. What, Lala? We had so much fun. What do you mean that's it?
I actually have some charts to show you, but I just wanted to tell folks to follow me.
Yeah. I love it. Take your phone out. Take a picture of these things, everybody. Take a picture on the screen.
I like to share. So I like to research. I like to share. I feel like there's so much money out here for everybody to make. I'm not in competition with nobody. I
Mm,
just like to share. So follow me if you like to share and you want to build a community and we just have fun
yep.
trading. I'm a nerd. I love stocks. I love charts. All of that. I can talk about it all day. I will
All
gift you to
day,
death,
every
just
day.
like you will as well.
Day.
So,
Day. Yep. I love it,
but
Lala. You
I had to use this one more thing though. Like this is one thing I really want to say that's really important. Um, what I really love about Rob, thank you, Rob, for making this a free system for people to learn how to trade this market. Um, it's so many free resources out here, and that's what I really want people to understand. Sarah says teach a trader to fish. That's her biggest thing. She taught me how to fish. Like I went from having to lean on people and look at this chart. What do you think about this chart? So I know what I see and understanding what I see. And so I feel like just spread the word. Everybody can do this. We can all make a whole lot of money in this market. Let's get these coins, y'all.
I love
Let's
it.
get these.
Yes, you're 100% right. We know what buys and sells look like, and we give people the confidence to see that and know that. And yes, thank you very much, Rob Smith, for doing that and putting it out there for everybody. And I love that, Lala. And because I don't, when Kramer's like, hey, this is Boeing's year, or we about to do this, or we're about to do that. Like, no, hold on. Let me look at the charts. I don't care what they said about UPST. I don't care what they said about Zoom. But you know what? Here's something they were talking about. The pandemic darlings. Bloomberg actually said the pandemic darlings are now the pandemic duds. Zoom, UPSD, Affirm, all these ARC,
Mhm.
anything ARC has bought has
Nash.
went to the straight to the lows, and you can't trick
Mhm.
me on that. But what did Bloomberg say at the end of the ARC, at the end of their little, the soundbite? They said Peloton is up 8% today. This is Friday. I'm repeating what I heard Friday.
Mhm.
They said the pandemic duds now, but Peloton's up 8%. And then you go look at the chart, and it's only 2-2 reversal up on the day, and it's only up a few bucks. That's
Right.
that's where we protect each other and go. I don't care what they said on TV. I don't care what they said on the radio. This thing is, for example, inside bar or down on the month, down on the year, down on the quarter. This
Yeah.
thing is blood red. I mean, you can't trick a stratter. You can't trick a stratter.
Yeah.
That's it. We don't play that. Oh, it's a
Mhm.
fake out crap. We don't play
Mhm.
that fake out crap. You can't fake us.
Right.
Either it's a reversal or it's not. I'm sorry. Keep going.
Exactly.
Keep going.
Oh no,
I'm
you're
doing it.
good. I just had a couple more examples, and then I was done. Just kind of wanted to look at some charts here,
Yep.
to kind of show you where threes could happen. But this one right here just stands out a lot because, like before this, of course, we know threes make broadening formations, but before this, you would have had this broadening formation like here, right? And of course, you see that what did it do? It took this out, but it also took that out, which is very strong, and then came back down, finished that, and then just kept going. So that actually was a complete reversal on this entire bull run. What I said before, exhaustion risk plus triangle day out
Mhm.
is a good potential outside bar. And this is on the day. This is KO. Another one it did, this is a little bit tighter, but right here, small one, took it out, came right back
Mhm.
up, finished that outside bar. So that's just an example on KO that I like on the daily. Target, I wanted to mention because
Oh, I
I
like these
started
no goes.
playing,
Mhm.
yeah, I really like these no-goes. I started playing Target. I started looking at it right around here when it did this first three. And I saw, of course, that it rejected here. So I started watching it here. And when it did this three right here, I said, okay, we're moving up. And look, it's triggering the monthly. So this is a way that you can play something, on a weekly basis and then play it into time frame continuity as this triggering the month. Now, it didn't finish the month, as
I
you can
love
see,
it. No,
because
that's great. That's amazing.
broadening formations
It
matter.
hit it. No, it hit it. Yeah, that's good. It hit
It
it.
hit it, it did it reject it. So, and
Mhm.
I didn't play this rejection either. So I was a little, because I was watching it this long and then stopped watching it and it did that. But
Perfect.
whatever.
Yeah, that's great. No, that's perfect. No, you did it right. You did it 100% right. You took the magnitude at the top of the broadening formation. Done. Your TTM squeeze at the bottom shows that. 2-2 reversal, back down, take my profit. I'm out. And
I'm out.
I don't, you know what you didn't have to do? You didn't, this is why I use my pencil, because I was doing my finger. 2-2 reversal, back down. And what you're not doing is you're not holding these options going, man, I hope today is the day. Nope. I hope today is the day. Nope. Now I got 3 days. Now I'm holding this loser because I got in 50% of that scenario 3. Now it's past my scenario 3. Now I'm holding on a losing position. I love it.
Yes.
I love it, Lala. You are doing it.
It's definitely reversed. And of course, if it's triggered here, if you got in here, your stop would be about right there at the bottom of that candle, because of course this is a monthly. So you've given it time. You're not, who said it? I think it was on one of your shows where they're like, trade your time frame. If you're trading a monthly, you're not going to trade the 15-minute and get stopped out, right?
Oh, that was Joe. That was Joe. And that was a good point for me, even though I'm trading common. You got to have the patience for the move. If I'm trading quarters, I'm not going to get, you know what I mean? Don't get stopped out on a 5-minute. No, that's perfect. That's perfect. Yeah.
You got to trade your time frame. So yeah, because I've had it happen.
Yes, we've all done it. Yes.
So AMG, and this is actually one I'm watching now. I don't have the broadening from it. Oh, I'm on the wrong time frame. This I'm watching this one now. As you can see, this is the monthly that it's trying to trigger, and it's having a little problems getting out of this broadening formation. I had it drawn on another chart, but I took off everything to try to make it simple. But when I was watching it here, I was looking for it to break through here, but it was having a lot of trouble. And I said, okay, well, the weekly outside target, if it decides it wants to come back down, is here. So I'm ready to play this either way. But it's holding, as you can see. And then it did a 3-2. It's still holding right there, but I'm still ready to play this either way. It may try to come back down, but if it breaks through, that's my signal right there. Okay, yes, this is going to continue going up to that monthly target to finish that SSS rule. What I would do is, Momo hammer, I would wait for this to come up, possibly retest and get in, and then, let it continue making that move. And then if it came up and then stopped me out, then I'd be okay with that.
I love it, Lala, because you guys come on here and the show's been going on for quite a while, and you guys come on here and I don't have to. Normally I'd interject, this is a Momo hammer, and then go through a long thing, and I don't have to. Y'all know, 3-1-2 continuation up, Lala. I love it. I love the fact that another distinction. I guess I'll hold it for the end. You keep going. I'll hold it for the end.
Okay. Well, I'm almost done. I just wanted to show this one key thing. I'm not going to remove these lines since I want y'all to see this downtrend right.
I'm not going to remove these lines. I'm not doing it.
Because we're talking about looking at things on a macro scale, right? And looking at Apple right here in this huge M and this downtrend that is doing, you can see, thank you, Didi, also for showing me another part of broadening formations that I wasn't looking at. I was drawing like that, but I wasn't drawing the resistance, this resistance right here. And it helps so much when you're looking at it, you're like, it can't break out of here. It's trying, but it can't. So every time it tries, oh, that might be a 3. And of course, I'm on the weekly here. So look how many times, Apple is one of my favorite trades, the stocks to trade, because it actually does this a lot. But you can kind of see how it's rejecting and how it makes that potential 3. It doesn't do it on a month as often, but it does, as you can see.
I mean, look at that thing. 3-1-2 reversal down on the month. Give me the quarter. Give me the quarter, Lala. Give me the quarter. I hope it is. I know you got some things on here, so I hope it doesn't mess up your charts. 2-2 reversal down on the quarter. Don't tell me, you can't tell me this is a buy. You can't do it. Right. Give me the year. Last one. I'm not trying to run your thing, but look at inside year. Okay, yeah, it's green. You got some stuff on here, but still inside year in red.
It's a 2 up year.
It did go 2 up. Oh, okay, 2 up year, but it did go 2 up, but that's red. I know you got some things on
Right,
there that you
so
don't have to, you don't have to change anything. It's okay.
actually, no, I'm about to because it looks like it's trying to trigger the
What? It's
50%
trying to
rule.
trigger what? Go ahead.
The
Go ahead, Didi.
50% rule, yep.
Excuse me. Go ahead, Lala. You said Didi, so now my brain is rocking. I was gonna that's what I
All
was gonna
good.
say. You mentioned Didi, and I was gonna talk about how Didi it is a lot of lines on the charts, and I was like, man, this is a lot of lines. But what I did, I was trading SPXS, and I text Didi personally, and I was like, there's a lot of lines, but this thing is hitting. It's hitting every
Mhm,
line up. It's hitting every
mhm,
line down. I knew when to
mhm.
get in. I knew when to get
Yep,
out, and I had
exactly.
no illusions. And I didn't have to use pivots. I didn't have to use. We do have a good show on pivots, and those are good. But I didn't need anything else. I just needed the
Right.
strat. I just needed the broadening formations. That's
Mhm,
it. Keep going.
that's
What do
it.
you, I think you're about to show us something, but go ahead. What you looking
Yeah,
at on this thing? What are you looking? You looking hard.
you
What
know,
are you
I
looking
have
at?
old eyes. I know y'all probably see me all squinting
Where's my
into the camera,
magnifying
but
glass? I need a magnifying glass. I need some
if
props.
you can see, I put it, when you do your fib retracement rule, what you do is
Yep.
you click on it, you put it at the bottom, and
Mm-hmm.
you put it at the top. Now this did a
Mm-hmm.
2 up, so it took out the last year's high,
Yeah, I did.
and we're retracing. So it looks like our 50% is 149. I cannot read that because the green is like right on it. I can't get off of that.
I'll give you time
Move
because I'm
over.
about to. shoot.
It's 149 something, like
149. I see
149.
149 and some change here.
Yeah, I mean, but I would give that a loose 50%. I mean, 50-cent rule or something. This is on the year, so
Yeah.
around 149 is the 50% of this candle. So
Yeah.
we are looking that Apple this year may come all the way down to 116.
We're going to take this baby out.
Boy,
And
you
then
can't tell me. You can't tell me the strat don't work. I'm telling you, people are
you
freaking
can't.
out. People are freaking out. 50. Hey, that's what I'm gonna say now. 50.
One to
Ser-
295.
You looking at it
That's
now. I can see
crazy.
that. I can see. Look at Lala. I can see you are putting this on your personal. I can see the watch list. It's going in your mind right now. This is about to go somewhere.
Mhm.
Go to QQQ on the
Yeah.
year real fast, and we're gonna wrap this mug up. I think it was you that pointed this out. 2-2 reversal down on the year.
Mhm.
QQQ. You can't tell me. You can't tell me what's the magnitude
Yeah,
on that thing. Ooh,
that's crazy.
163.
And
I
then look
love
at
we're
this though. But Apple is
yep.
11% of the Qs. If Apple makes this move, it's going to move the Qs and SPY. Now, granted,
Yeah.
SPY is a little bit different. This is what we
Why is
was
about to
talking
be
about
outside.
earlier.
You tweeted this about 180.
Outside
Was
here.
it 3? You said look at was it 383 and this is a key move and blah blah blah. I was like, don't worry about no 383. I'm looking
Right.
at 365 because 365 gives us the outside year to the downside. Look at
Hmm.
that.
And I
Woo!
just wanted to mention that though, real quick. What I was saying about that was a psychological thing because you do have to remember the psychological aspects of the market. But like 383 is the bear market term that people use. Qs are already in that bear market. They were under 320 is bear market for Qs. So SPY at 383 is bear market. You have to think about the people who a friend of mine calls the plunge protection team or algorithms even that will buy it at that point. So, the same way as if you're in a bull market, you have corrections, right? People take profits, it pulls back. That's when you
Yeah.
look for the 50%, you
Yep.
buy in then and then you support and resist. It's the same thing in the bear market. You're going to
Yep.
have those pops where shorts covering, people taking their profits, and
Yep.
it's going to go up. It looks like it's going up. It's not.
Give me that full time frame counting back to the downside. No, that's a good
Yeah.
point. And that's why on the weekend shift, I don't give people crap about using indicators or talking about psychological levels or algo flow because we're stratters. When we know these other people
Right.
aren't, these other people are not stratters, and they're looking at 383 is psychological level. I'm going to buy here, and we're just sitting here going, go ahead, buy it.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
Buy it so we can short it once y'all pop it a
Yeah,
little
go
bit.
ahead.
'Cause we
Triangulate
know it's
out.
going
And I'm
back
gonna
down.
catch you on that 2-2 reversal back to the downside, shooter and force. And I'm gonna
Exactly.
be and
And
I'm
we
gonna
knew
put
that would
on
happen.
Twitter that we caught this thing and we knew about it. We did, and then the trolls are gonna come up, and then we gotta, blah blah blah.
There's gonna
Sure.
be hindsight again. No, it's not
Oh, it's
hindsight.
just
We telling y'all
hindsight.
right
Yeah.
now, Apple
And
may hit 116. If Apple hits
mhm.
116 by the end of this year, I'm gonna find this clip. And I would be like, this isn't hindsight, y'all. It's not hindsight. One thing I do want to mention to y'all though, take this off.
We gotta wrap it
Notice
up.
that
We're having fun now.
yeah,
We're
we're
having
wrapping
fun
it
now.
up.
Keep going. We're about to wrap it up
I
though.
just wanted to mention to
Oh yeah, the
y'all
downtrend. That's another, yeah, the downtrend thing. Yep. Let's go back on track
that
about the
and
downtrend.
how Apple and Spy and the
Mhm.
Qs all move the same. I had posted about this a while back, but when Apple did, when was this? Last week. Apple did the 3 on the week, the Qs did the 3 on the week, and the Spy did the 3 on the week, all at the same time. So, you know, a
Mhm.
lot of times if you don't want to play Spy or the Qs, you can play Apple. If you don't
Yep.
want to play Apple, you can play
Yep.
it's just Apple is about 11% of the Qs,
Mhm.
and I believe it's like 6% of the Spy. So,
Mhm.
you know, it's something to keep in mind. That's a little
Keep
tip
in
that
mind. I love it. I
I'll
love it.
keep
Keep
in
that in
mind.
mind. And when I chart out, I tweet out the sectors I tweet out the sectors and I tweet out the broader averages so that people know what's happening. But when I say here's what's going on in the SPY, I'm not necessarily saying trade the SPY. I'm saying this is what's happening. Go find stocks that are doing the same thing. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
And then a
Mhm.
question in the chat, Torres, you're new here. I love it, Torres. Torres says, please define triangle layout. Triangle layout is a reversal on a smaller time frame that doesn't affect the major trend. That's the most accurate definition of triangle layout. I don't want to say the word most other people say, but it starts with a P. I'm not gonna say. Maybe Lala say it. It makes me gag. I can't say it. I can't say it. Pullback. I can't say pullback.
The pullback.
I can't.
No,
I
we say
can't.
triangle layout. We say get.
Triangle they out, and they is the other people on the other side of the trade. Again, we are using other people's stops that as liquidity is being removed to jump in, trade a reversal, and go through a previous range. So a triangle layout is a reversal on a smaller time frame that doesn't affect the major trend. Any more? One more question. I'm gonna give somebody else one last question, one last one for Lala, and then we are going to get out of here so you guys can go ride your bikes and climb trees. Don't climb on trees. Ride your bikes, do some stuff. Hey, oh man, it's a nice day outside. We're gonna go have some fun. No more questions anymore. I'm gonna give them a second. Lala, thank you so much. This has been fun. Some good key takeaways for me that some distinctions I had wrong. What we're looking for at the 50% line is not a reversal back up. It's a continuation through. And that is, am I saying that right?
Yes. Yes. You're looking for a continuation. Yeah.
Awesome. To
Not a
create
reversal.
this. Yeah. To create the serial 3. And that's what I like. I like that a lot. Because I have not been, I understood it and I understood what we're doing because of broadening formations, but I didn't know exactly what the Fibonacci line was for. So we're not necessarily, but I get it now. I get it. I love that. We're looking for a continuation of that at that line.
Yeah.
I love it. I love the macro charts. I love the pink. I love all the different colors. I love that you're looking for, yes, I love it. It's fabulous. I know. I wanted to
That
put,
was a little joke.
I love it. I'm going to start working in like little gifts and things like that in the show.
Yes, you
Settle
should.
it. I wanted to set that up, but this week was exhausting at work and and everything else. It was exhausting. So we're going to get it in there. We're getting in there. The chat is still alive. Give me one last number. How many people out here for Lala? How many people out here for Lala? Give me one last number. While that's coming up, thank you so much. You were fun and easy to talk to. You're fun to watch on Twitter. You know what, but along with that, even the wall of fun we're having, you know what you're talking about, and you don't give anybody any falseness. You know what I mean? Right. If it works, awesome. If it doesn't, cut it. And if it doesn't trigger, don't take it. 57 was our high. 57 was the high for this show. That's awesome. That's pretty good. As early as it was in the morning, I'm telling you, the numbers are going to get higher.
I appreciate y'all.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Lala, thank you so much. I'm going to talk to these guys just for a little bit longer. This is a great time. Thank you, Lala. I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye. Hey, for everybody else, this is the Strat Soldier with the weekend shift. Thank you so much for being here. This was fun. We had a great time. I learned some stuff today. I did, and I'm gonna look at it. I'm in some refined. Oh, 67 was the high. Woo! I love that. I learned some stuff today. Lala knows what she's talking about. Sarah Strat Sniper, the 50% rule. We're looking for a continuation through to create the scenario 3. I talk about it all the time here on the weekend shift. If you want to get in with Rob Smith at Sepia Group, home of the Strat, learn what buys and sells look like, know what's happening in the markets without second guessing. Okay, you can use Strat Soldier 2022. That's going to give you the first 3 months of Rob's room for only $99 a month for the first 3 months. Okay, that's going to get you started, and then after that, I'm sure you're going to keep wanting to. You're going to want to stay in there because we know what's going on. You talk to Rob live. Rob, I want to take Microsoft. Rob will pull up the charts and go, if he's going to say 2 things, either that's going to work, or or he's going to say that the only reason it's not going to work is because of this. All right. And he's going to show you the broadening formation. He's going to show you time frame continuity. He's going to show you the actionable signals. Okay. Either it's going to work or it's not. There's no other, it's binary. Okay. There's no maybes. All right. There is no maybes. Talk to Rob, and JJ is out there too. Shout out to JJ. He's doing such a great job while Rob Smith is out there at the FinTwit convention in Las Vegas. JJ has been on the chat. He's so much fun to talk to. And JJ's big thing is JJ says you can learn all this stuff, but you still have to be able to execute it. You have to be able to execute it. And I'm going to get JJ on here very soon. Maybe the next show. I don't know. We'll see. He's very fun to talk to, and he's realistic dude. I like him a lot. So that's going to get you. And then follow Sepia Group for any more deals. We got another really good deal for us. It's 6 months, $4.99. I don't know. Hey, Sepia, what's the code for the 6 months thing? I should have that pulled up. Follow Sepia Group Twitter. So follow Sepia Group. That's Group Sepia on Twitter. Okay. That's the tag, Group Sepia. That's going to alert you to all the new deals. They're also putting out trading cards out there so you guys can memorize what we're looking for. And then they also put out really good little clips you can digest from these episodes if you don't have all the time in the world to watch all these episodes. We're waiting on Sepia. No code for that. Sale ends tomorrow. Okay. Got it. All right. So get on Sepia Group on Twitter. Okay. It's Group Sepia. Go find that thing. The sale ends today. Go find it. Okay. Go find it. And then we will, and then you'll be in. Okay. All right. Rob does the power hour every Monday. He teaches this stuff live. Okay. Learning the strat on the street is dangerous. Okay. There is a lot of people out here doing it and showing it. Learn it from Rob first, get it from him. Then you can go, and then you can compare and things like that. But I tell you what, right now, learning it from Rob is where it's at. Talk to the creator. All right. You also got my thing out there, the execution course that's going to help you give you something that you can use. It's a quick reference guide that you can use. It's not a bunch of videos. It's designed to be a quick reference so you can read. It's designed for the readers, and how you can execute these actionable signals and then manage those opening positions, because taking a trade, entering a trade, and managing that trade are 2 different things. Okay. They're 2 different things. So check that out. Heck yeah, this was awesome. This was a great time. I'm going to stop the show. I'm telling you, this was awesome. Lala dropped the mic on us today. This was fun. Thank you so much for being here. I am the Strat Soldier with the weekend shift. You guys have a great weekend. Watch tomorrow, Sunday, 9 p.m. Tomorrow, Sunday, OG trades. Okay. OG trades. Got to have that psychological, got to have them strat guts to take this stuff. Okay. He's talking about how to make journals, how to how to do all these things, how to take what you've done through the week and then make it make sense and make it better. All right. Suck less. OG, check him out tomorrow. This is the weekend shift with the Strat Soldier. I'll catch you guys out there on Twitter and next Saturday. Peace.